All right, y'all, what's going on? It's your favorite breakdown commentator, CTV. Welcome to another riveting episode of the Consciouztv platform. I'm over here eating a salad. My food just came like 2 minutes before this live was to happen, which means that I'm going to try not to be here with y'all long because I got food to go make love to. All right? But you guys already know what we're here to get into. And before we do so, I need you guys to go ahead and thumbs up this video until it is absolutely stuck. You guys know that coming up not only helps with YouTube's algorithm, but more importantly, it triggers up YouTube's notification system. So when you are pressing like on a live stream, you are literally knocking on the digital door of another Conscious crew member and telling them to get their arses into the sanctuary. Also, shout out to all of the new subbies, girl. We are at 45.6. because we're working, girl. I told y'all we talking less and doing more for 2024, and I could not be happier with where everything is, where everything is going. I mean, girl, I'm in my law of attraction bag all the way. Don't call it a comeback. Oh, or sell. Make sure that you guys are have your notification bell set to all so that you never miss a day or the hour when the king is kanging, girl, because I do improv live streams, etc. Girl, you just never know when those clouds are going to part ways, and it's time to rapture you on up and see if your name is indeed in the book of life. Also, last but not least, please share the stream out to wherever it is you have digital community, girl, whether that be your YouTube community wall, your Instagram, your Snapchat, your BGC, your scrub, in the words of my baby mother, Maddie, your Facebook, the dark side of Twitter, Tumblr, or your personal OF. I don't really give a damn where you lay the link. Just let them whores know that we're allowed live. And then Colin, with no further ado, go ahead and push on through.
I know a place where you can recharge your soul.
Baby, that's Consciouztv.
And in the midst of brokenness, he gon' see your asshole.
Baby, that's Consciouztv.
You gon' heal, you gon' laugh and catch a little shade.
Ooh, girl.
Y'all know he be slaying, y'all better stop playing. Come hear what he's saying.
Ladies and gentlemen.
What's going on, y'all? Hey, y'all. I mean, it's technically about to be TGIF. So, happy Friday, girl. And thank God that we made it to see it till Friday. Because the way the devil is out here looser than a prostitute's pussy, baby. Baby, you got to thank God and give the Father, Son, and the Holy Daughter all of the praise just for making it to morning, noon, and night, the way that it's going down out here in these earthly straits. Let me go ahead and speak to some of you guys in the sanctuary, starting from the tippity top and working my way to the bottom, girl, the power bottom, that is. What's going on, Rumors and Tea? Hey, boo. What's going on, Corinthia? Hey, Cynthia. What's going on, my Bath Bakery? Hey, Teresa. What's going on, Chronicles? Hey, Miki. What's going on, Moon Witch? What's going on, Angela, Jackie, Jay Goody and the Misters? Hey, Ashley, what's going on, Pangal? You another one who got an interesting real name. Pan. I'm just be calling you Pan, okay? Panga. That's my nickname for you. What's going on, Hood Hacks TV? Hey, Sexy 60. Hey, Morky's mom. What's going on, Keeney? Hey, Wildflower. Hi. What's going on, Ian Gardner? Hey, Tasha. Hey, April, what's going on? Hey, y'all, what's going on? Knox V, what's going on? Hey, Andre, what's going on? Boo, hey, Vala, what's going on? Lovely 31, what's going on? K-pop fan, hey, Enlightening, hey, Ashley, hey, Renee, hey, y'all. So, y'all already getting started in the comment section, girl, but before we get into that, girl, y'all need to be ready tomorrow, girl. It might be some ish going down over here. Okay. I've been getting phone calls all day, not about this situation that we here talking about and that we've been, deleting news on, but about a whole nother situation, girl, that's popping all the way off that also has to do with a group dynamic dissolving, girl. So y'all may get one hell of a damn exclusive tomorrow. The person is trying to decide, which way, they want to go, girl. So if it happens, I can't tell y'all who. All that is undisclosed is in a classified file right now. But if after they pray on it, girl, and revisit their altar first thing in the morning, girl, there will be a decision. Hold on, y'all. I'm getting the girls, getting intel. Hold on, y'all. I need to mute you. I need to make a phone call real quick. Hold on, y'all. I'll be right back, girl. Y'all thumbs up moderators, show your titties. Entertain the folk while I'm gone for about 60 seconds. I'll be right back, y'all. God damn it, y'all. Hold on. Ugh. Hold on, y'all. Okay, if I get I might get a phone call that I'm gonna have to take, but no, it's a situation across town, girl. Okay, so we'll be y'all. Let's see if they decide to act upon what was spoken about today, then y'all will see everything come to fruition. And it does involve another major influencer. So yeah, girl, like I am shooketh at the things. A part of it kind of oozed out today, okay? But once again, I'm gonna just save it all, and y'all will see what the tea is. Yeah. Now, you guys are bringing up Al Reynolds. I'm seeing Al Reynolds' name a lot. You guys have questions about Al Reynolds, etc. For those of y'all who are bringing up Al Reynolds, where are y'all getting this from that Al Reynolds is supposed to be speaking out, etc.? Is this just like word on the curb bullshit? Like, where are y'all getting that Al Reynolds is supposed to be speaking out? Now, is it true that Claudia unfollowed Al Reynolds? Well, the receipts don't lie. You know, if that's what it looks like over on Instagram, then she in fact did. Now, why that is, it's on Al's IG. Okay, let me revisit. Not revisit. Let me go visit, because we can get into that as well. I may have to take a phone call though, you guys. But let me go pull up Al Reynolds. Was this a post or was this a video on Al's Instagram? Let me see. Oh, I see a post from 1 day ago. Okay, hold on. I gotta take this. Hold on, I'll be right back. All right, y'all, I'm back. Get up out my business. Y'all don't know who calling me. It could have been Al Reynolds calling me. That's the gag. It could have been your man that was calling me. That's even more the gag. Okay. Y'all will never be able to truly put 1 + 1 or 2 and 2 together over here, girl. Okay, because y'all already know I'm a wild card. I'm unpredictable, and you just don't really know ever what's going on, honey. Okay, because see, unlike a lot of these other hoes out here, I don't even be clout chasing. I don't even be talking about my associations like that. If y'all just see me connected to other people, y'all just see it, honey. So lay up off me. Okay. Okay, so girl, so y'all saying girl, it was on the story, girl. So what we're gonna do is we about to get our nosy on. Cause I ain't been on our page in a minute. So let's go ahead and go over, girl, because y'all know there's a whole saga that's been going on, girl. And it seems like when one fire is out, another fire begins. So this is going to be very interesting. All right. Hold on. Let me pull up our Instagram. Shout out to all of y'all in the building. Let's go ahead and be nosy over on our Instagram. Let me go ahead and pull up his stuff, girl, and see what it's giving, honey. All right, let's do it. Okay, so here it is. Okay, Al got an old nasty piece of YouTube channel coming, girl. Search the Al Reynolds on YouTube or follow link in the story. I'm not dropping my video until I have over 1,000 subbies. Okay, let's listen to this old nasty piece of trailer, girl. Hold on. Okay, old nasty piece of funky beat. Let me get into some of these comments real quick. Oh shoot, Fox Soul finna close, says one commenter. I don't know go watch the show without Funky, but I just love me some Al. He's such a classy and stand-up guy. I miss hearing him say, "Whoa, man." Someone else says the link is in his bio, y'all. Al, when people search for your page on YouTube, they can't find it. Maybe because it has zero content. I was able to subscribe from the link in your story, but I suggest you at least add a short video so there's content to search for. Oh, God, girl. Al can't even drive the wheel of a YouTube page. Cha. Let's continue going. Al's Laughter is one of my fave. I would have subscribed, but there is no content, girl. Maybe that's a prophecy, girl, that it's not really going to be given anyway, child. But let's go ahead and go on over there. See, oh, girl, it is barren, girl. My God, today, this page need to go see Bosley, sugar. Okay, yeah, there is, in fact, nothing there. He's only at 661 subscribers. And I believe that this says that he's not dropping any video until he has over 1,000 subbies, girl. So, Al, you might want to get your PR together, girl, because there's no reason why you should have 3,000-4,000 folks in a live chat and then y'all ranging in 80 to 100, 120K, per live in the replay, and you can't even get, 400 people over here to get you to your 1,000 subscriber base now. We've done, things like this for less talented people on YouTube, helping them to get to their 1,000. So, that's very interesting, girl. But somebody was telling me to go to the post the day before. So let's go ahead and continue to get our nosy on, child. And with that. Okay, so this is the post this was from 5 days ago. All right, it says, an award season 2024. Join me this Sunday, January the 7th, at the annual 81st Golden Globes, which we saw some clips of, I think, on yesterday's TGIF featuring Monroe. okay, who been over here slaying and doing her big one for the week, girl. Love it. Miss Dineva is in the chat as well, girl. Okay, giving support, so we can assume that Al and Funky are still in proper good standing. I mean, at this point, he has made it clear that his issue is with Claudia Jordan. Claudia. Okay, so let's go ahead and go to the stories, child, and be nosy, child. What had happened? All right. So this was 13 hours ago. This is a clip from the show. Okay, do we really have to endure, everything? I can't just like flip forward. It's not going to allow that. Okay, this is him out with a buttery Chardonnay with ice. Okay, Al. Getting his alcoholism on. Okay, this is a fan. Go follow and subscribe to my handsome friend, Al Reynolds. Once again, on the TGIF stage where it all begins. Y'all crazy if you're paying over $20 for a nice cup. I just paid $30 for mine, but it's well worth it, Okay, amen, amen. How I sleep at night knowing I said what I said. Well, I'm going to keep that one to myself. Literally me every night thinking about my career and future like this. Well, wait a minute. It went from peaceful, sleepless nights to you spread out like a newborn baby with your eyes wide open, girl. It's giving anxiety. All right, and then there are 7 Texas men filmed themselves gay. Oh God, okay, see that's a little bit too heavy, girl. Okay, so I don't know what it's giving, but I'm gonna take y'all word for it that apparently he's supposed to be giving his side to the situation. We can surmise, as we can see from the comment section, that Al and Funky still have a relationship to one another. So if y'all are saying that Claudia no longer follows Al Reynolds, then I'm going to assume that if him and Funky are still in relationship, that there's been some cross-pollinating. Okay? I'm going to be honest. Both damn Funky and Al done damn near been canceled from the damn show. Okay? Funky has very much so been a very controversial figure on TGIF. And then Al Reynolds has just, gained a reputation for being very nice, nasty, very rude, so nasty, so rude. And so if any of that is indicative, girl, of what they may be like privately, if what we see publicly is any indication, baby, of who these men are privately, then I can't even be mad at Claudia Jordan, baby, for closing the goddamn door. Okay? If any of that public behavior and carrying on, girl, bleeds out into the background, sugar, you probably wouldn't find me following their bitch either. All right? So if I'm going to tell it, then, we're going to see what he got to say. It's going to be interesting to see what he got to say. And it's going to be interesting to see if Claudia continues to be Beyonce to the bullshit, because she's in her winning season, and I think it's also kind of a shame that, she was the person I had to give both these people a damn job, and that both these men haven't carved out anything collectively to have offered her. She was the one who was in a position to offer it. But who knows what I'm going to say. We'll be there listening. Now, what we got to get into, girl, is the fact that Funky Dineva, you guys know, has been disgruntled ever since he parted ways from his $250,000 gig a year at Fox Soul, working 1 hour, 5 days a week, $250K off top, easy bitch. All right. And he's been throwing shots, subliminals, almost out of the gate. It started. You know, the passive aggressiveness started right out of the gate. Things hit the fan when comedian Flame Monroe, check out her podcast and her Netflix special, you guys, joined this week's special guest on TGIF, which obviously triggered the funky one. And girl, the rampage started on Monday with him coming on at 8 o'clock in order to spike TGIF streaming time. Also continuing to take shots up until yesterday, where he just went ahead and called names, but blank inserting Claudia's name into the situation on Trasha K and Flame Monroe, while still also not really saying anything. And there's just been continual conversations about everything that's been going on. All right. Now, some people are arguing that Funky has had a right to respond because Claudia has been making videos, etc. Let's be very clear here, okay? Because we've been covering this story from day one, like the literal morning, afternoon that Funky made his 12-minute video about departing from the brand. We have been on this case from day one. Every live stream that Claudia did was in attempting to get Funky back, for one. Her comments can be seen under his tribute post to them with their first episode without him, featuring Carolina SUV, as I like to call her. Even having a desire for her, Al, and Funky to go on the road together, that, you know, they can also do this outside of Fox Soul if Funky felt like Fox Soul, you know, he didn't want as a middleman, etc. And the sad reality is that as a result of Funky's 12-minute video and him running that dead smack into the Taraji P. Henson drama around not being paid properly as a Black talent, it caused a witch hunt against TGIF, which created two different scenarios now, because you got Funky, who left the company, but then him leaving and him going on a very descriptive, detailed explanation as to why he left, which he initially stated was purely, solely, and only because of a pay grade issue. That then turned the fans and supporters and his supporters on TGIF. So now, separate from Funky, is Al and Claudia having to deal with this onslaught of negative publicity created by Funky Dineva's commentary. So every night, they're being trolled farm. They're having tomatoes thrown at them. The fans are directing all of their smoke toward two people who do not sign Funky Dineva's checks. Okay? They did not direct this heat toward HR. They did not direct this energy toward administration. You know, the fans directed all of their frustrations toward the faces of the brand, which was Al and Claudia. So Claudia doing live streams were not really about Funky, but really a response to fans who were clobbering up the show, calling themselves advocating, boycotting, protesting in the name of pay Funky Dineva his money, which he initially implied was, you know, that of a Walmart greeter, you know. So there was all of that, but nobody can find a video where Claudia herself is dragging Funky Dineva. She has expressed a desire to have him a part of the original ensemble, etc. She was even trying to keep him from saying too much so that he could have and continue to have a working relationship to the network and maybe even be brought in. Because here's what's interesting about the way that all this played out is everybody knows, even the Funky Bunch, that Funky don't like to fucking work. Funky has expressed this, that he's not used to working 5 days a week. He's used to working at his own leisure. He's also okay with sleeping on an air mattress, etc., and doing with his Google AdSense check, okay? So taking on a 5 days a week situation, even if it was for an hour, even if it did also come with the $250,000 yearly salary, even that, okay, still did not make all this quite worth it, which is very fascinating to me. But what's funny is that with Claudia basically encouraging Dineva to, keep it real professional so that, he could come back, and that, hell, it would be possible that, maybe he can come back sometime. So really, Dineva was also in a position to not have to work 5 days a week. He could have came back to the network and worked 2 days out of the week, 3 days out of the week, and then maybe they could have used those 2 or 3 other days, as for the rotating panel situation. It seemed like there was room for maneuver, all right? But nonetheless, shit escalated, and it's been escalating all week. Unwind with Cardi B's leftovers inserted herself under the guise of wanting to work things out between Flame and Funky Dineva, who she already had a scheduled interview with. That went left. Funky Dineva ended up calling off that friendship and telling Unwind with Cardi B's leftovers to stay in her goddamn place. And it's just been one thing after the other, after the other, after the other, after the other, after the other. All right. Well, Funky went live tonight at the time he promised at 8 o'clock to be spiteful. And of course, as usual, he opened up his show and wanted to address all of the drama that he got started. And we're going to take a look and a listen to what it is he had to say. Okay, because he seemingly waved the white flag tonight. And we're going to talk a little bit about it. I'm going to try not to have you guys here long. I may even drop the old nasty piece of lankety-lank. All right, let me go ahead and pull up and cue him up. All right, so this is courtesy of Funky Dineva's YouTube channel. This is covered by Fair Use, which covers commentary, parody, research, analytical, etc.
So before we get the show really, really underway, I'm going to touch on this thing one more time. And for me, this is going to be the end of it. I don't know why Claudia Jordan won't leave me alone. And she went on her live yesterday. And
Claudia in the building. Hey, Miss Jordan. Hey, boo. Y'all make sure to subscribe to Claudia's YouTube page. I wasn't even looking at the chat, so I don't even know who is in here, y'all. What's going on, Paula Milan? But see, the thing about it, Paula, is I'm on the channel I want to be on. I created this channel to be on. Where the fuck else do you think it is I'm supposed to be? Because it don't matter. Because, baby, y'all going to see me in movies. Y'all going to see me in commercials. Y'all going to see me in sitcoms. Y'all going to see me on all type of shit. And guess where else you're going to consistently always see me? On my fucking YouTube channel. Okay? So this is where I want to be. This is where I get my moolah. This is where I get my monies. This is where my notoriety began on social media. This is where I'm going to return to. This is where I'm going to take a nap at. This is where the fuck I'm going to wake up to. This is where I'm going to go to bed at. That's not a dig. Like, where the fuck else am I going to go? I'm going to be right on YouTube where the fuck Funky Dineva is. The fuck? But shout out to Claudia, Miss Jordan.
I didn't watch it because I have no interest in watching anything that's going to upset me. But all of the headlines now are Claudia Jordan says Funky Dineva can't pay his rent. Funky Dineva's in Miami struggling.
things that Claudia Jordan never said, but we'll get into all that.
Pay his rent. Y'all, that shit's not even worth addressing. Now, we all know many years ago I had that issue in Atlanta.
Claudia says, I want to thank all of your subbies for such positive feedback on our 4-hour. It was epic, child. I felt y'all really got to know me on period and do. Okay?
Oh, girl. I just don't think that there's any person alive on this side of the Mason-Dixon line that honestly believes Funky Dineva is having a financial problem. The shit is laughable. All right. I live my life too fabulously out loud to not be able to pay my rent, Miss Jordan. Additionally, people who are struggling financially do not walk away from jobs that are paying $250,000 a year. If I walked away from $250,000, imagine how much I have and how much I'm making. I do not now, nor have I ever, since I've been in Miami, had a problem paying my rent. Okay. I'm going to let you have this one because I'm really ready for this situation to be done. Mm-hmm. I've proven my point. I've won this war and this battle. From this moment on, I'm really done with it. Just leave me alone. This whole thing was done. When I left Fox Soul, I left amicably. I did a nice video. You and Al did a nice, loving farewell to me that I thought was genuine, and that was the end of it. Then all of a sudden, I wake up. Claudia Jordan says, Funky Dineva's no Taraji P. Henson. Claudia Jordan says, we were making a cute coin. Claudia Jordan, you're doing interviews. You're throwing
Shout out to Funky Dineva for watching the interview.
Abs on air. When you're talking about the budget cuts at Fox Soul and referring to me, you know, the other underhanded shit that you did and the things that you've been doing that I'm not going to reveal just yet if you leave me alone. All was well when I parted ways with Fox Soul. None of this had to be. None of it had to be. But you decided to insert yourself into something that had nothing to do with you, and you made it personal. And now we are where we are today. Miss Mamas, leave it alone. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. Let's just leave it alone. All right. Let's get...
He did say he watched mine, you damn dummy, because I've been the only person that Claudia Jordan has interviewed with since Funky Dineva parted. Now, if you can go find another interview, a notable one at that happened featuring Claudia Jordan following his departure, then you let me know and properly inform me, you big dummy. You real big dummy. Because I'll be waiting.
Service started.
Okay, so y'all heard what Funky had to say. Now let's talk about it. What's funny to me is that once again, this was another response that was super loaded. Okay, I don't care what I seem. I'm a commentator. I have my own thoughts and my own feelings. I'm not going to feel how the fuck you feel. Stop trying to get me to agree with you. It's never going to happen. Stop trying to get me to believe what the fuck you want to believe. It's not going to happen. Be okay with what you think. Be okay with what you believe. Don't worry about what the fuck I believe, because I'm very clear, very detailed, and very nuanced about why I feel the way that I feel. See, that's what too many of y'all problem be. Y'all be worried about what the hell somebody else think. This is what I think. And I done chronicled and broke it down to a molecular level since I've been covering this story. Okay? It seems to me that y'all want to, that some of y'all, a few of y'all, got an issue with other people having a difference of opinion. Bitch, it's gonna be a difference of opinion. Okay, I'm not here to agree with you. I'm not here to see the world through your eyes. I'm not here to observe and to perceive according to you and your small ass proximity to said situation. Matter of fact, I would think that it would be clear. You know what? I'm not even going to say that either. What's going on, Nosy Ho? Hey, Kwame. Hey, y'all. Okay, so stop worrying about why I feel what I feel. I feel what I feel, and I'm going to feel how I feel. And this response was even more loaded with things that make me feel the way that I feel. So what's funny to me is that once again, as I've said in previous commentary, Funky is taking zero responsibility. He is making it seem as though he has nothing, absolutely nothing to do with the fuckery and the foolery that has become the past 2 weeks, when literally all of this drama exploded and came to be as a result of his 12-minute commentary. He refuses to accept that he put both his co-hosts in a very fucked up predicament as a result of his commentary that he left behind, that then soulmates and funky bunches took to heart and rallied behind him in support of him. And then what experience became of Claudia and Al Reynolds, who had to endure every night, not only on Fox Soul, dealing with the influx of negativity as a result of his commentary that nobody asked for, but also the DMs, all the videos, all of the TikTok and YouTube videos, all of the personal messages that they receive, being harassed, being threatened, having death wished on them, etc. And what's funny to me, even about Al Reynolds and Funky Dineva's comment being under his post just 2 days ago, which is what, almost 2 weeks later, is that you gotta be one pick Misha, weak ass, corny, cornball ass nigga to literally be okay with your friend exiting a house that you still live in and setting that motherfucker on fire while you're still in it. You gotta be like a real dick sucker to let all of that be okay. Because there's no way in the fucking hell that me, if I was an Al Reynolds, would be okay with the fact that, bitch, not only did you gaslight and trigger up this entire phenomenon the past 2 weeks, but you continue to set the match on fire while I was still in the fucking house. And the fact that Al Reynolds talking about telling his side, I hope you're going to tell the side of a nigga who stands on business and not do that power bottom pussy popping ass rainbow shit that you weak ass niggas do when you lacking ethics and morality, and more importantly, a goddamn backbone. Because I don't give a damn how funny Funky is. I don't give a damn how much I would have enjoyed his ass on the show. I don't give a damn how great the comment, how great the chemistry would have been. I don't give a damn how many vacations. I don't give a damn how much group sex we had. I don't give a damn about how many musty ass orgies we had in New Orleans during Essence Weekend. I don't give a damn. The fact that, bitch, you damn near almost costed me a job I still got because you mad as hell while claiming you ain't mad as hell is some straight up unfriendly, disloyal bullshit. And if Funky's issue and frustration once again was with his pay, who Claudia nor Al is responsible for, Why put Al and Claudia in a predicament or in a situation to be gang raped, essentially? What's going on, Spill It Boy? To be gang raped, essentially. Even if one out of the two of those people you no longer considered a friend. No, it ain't gonna be awkward for me at all, baby, because I don't have to have no friendship to Al. See, that's the level of professional that I am. See, and what's funny, and I'm glad you actually made that comment, Beauty Box, because for all the people who's claiming that I'm kissing Claudia's ass or whatever the case may be for a TGIF spot, the gag is, if that was the case, bitch, why would I be up here continuing to be true to my commentary, knowing that there's a 90% chance that at some point in time I'm going to have to see Al and he going to have to see me? See, the reality is that I'm grown and I'm doing my job because first and foremost, I'm a CTV employee. I'm not yet employed by Fox Soul. Secondly, anything that I say about a bitch to their back is anything I can say about a bitch straight to their face. So I ain't shook, I ain't shaking, I ain't shivering. I ain't motherfucking in the least apprehensive about having to pull right on up there, bitch, and let's have a conversation if that's what you want to have. Because I'm going to tell you what the fuck not going to happen, even if that conversation is one that need to be had, is ain't going to be no apologies given. Because at the end of the day, bitch, I do what Al Reynolds do. And that's exactly what the fuck I would remind him of the moment that he think he's going to take up a personal issue with me making commentary about a situation that's playing out publicly, because that's exactly what the fuck he sits up and do every day, 5 days a week, 1 hour out of the goddamn day. Anything that I say, bitch, about any motherfucking nigga and any bitch is something that I can say directly to them. I don't need to start pussy popping and cleaning up a motherfucking thing. Because I don't have to. You do what I do. We get paid to do the same work in the same field in the same drama. Because in order for him to be able to have an issue with me, he would have to also default to having an issue with himself. So I'm sure that there'll be no conversation to be had. Claudia also said, you're definitely not kissing my ass, and you have discussed all of us and have not changed your vibe. You seem pretty fair to me, and that's what they don't understand. See, that's what, but see, Claudia, this is what they're used to happening on YouTube, right? Is unfortunately, you do have a lot of pussy ass content creators. And because you got a lot of pussy ass TikTokers, a lot of pussy ass Instagrammers, a lot of pussy ass YouTubers, there is a hypocrisy that's practiced amongst people in this media space where they like to talk about everybody else, but they don't want you talking about them. And then as a result, you know, the crying games began. See, I'm very clear that I'm in media. I'm very clear about the fact that I have positioned myself to be a public figure. So that's when half the think tanks go up about CTV and the panels are paneling and the birds are chirping to the east, west, north, and south. That's fair game. I just recently had to say that about my mentor, Larry Reed Live. It's fair game. There is a difference between people not liking you, people expressing their dislike for you, their problem with you, their issue with you, whatever the fuck that may be, and then people being out of order. It's okay to have an opinion. It's okay to call a bitch out on their bullshit or what you think is their bullshit, etc. Because if that's what I do, that's what you get to do. And sometimes you're going to end up as the news. And once again, as far as I'm concerned, that's fair game. So I don't take it personal unless a bitch is being really diabolical and sick in a fucking spirit, and then I have to gather a whole head. But 90% of the shit that gets said about me, you don't see me up here whining and complaining about. I get up here and I fucking work. And I don't be a hypocrite. I don't go around here flagging channels. I don't go around here doing all that fuck shit. I don't get up here and address a bitch every day, all day. For what? I'm in media. And as far as I'm concerned, this is small things to a giant. This ain't even sweat off a bitch forehead. Like, the visibility only gets higher from here. So if I can't even take YouTubers talking shit and being in their feelings, how much fucking more am I going to be able to take blogs running all of my damn business, being all in my motherfucking business, having various goddamn opinions? I don't plan on being a Cardi B in my career. I'm not going to be in the media and then have an issue with being the news. No, ma'am. Claudia is also one of those people who understands she's going to be the news. That's why y'all don't see her in every damn comment section, including Funky's, fighting and windmilling for her damn name. She knows as a public figure, as a commentator who's giving her opinions about various things, sexuality, gender, or the things that celebrities end up in the news about, that she's also subjected to people making her the content. Now, there are very few Claudia Jordans in the world, because most of these hoes are pussy as fuck and hypocritical as fuck. Here it is, you got Funky screaming, leave me alone, leave me alone. Leave you alone about drama you fucking inflamed, drama you fucking gaslit, drama you fucking triggered up. None of this would even be happening had that 12-minute video been a 2-minute video that said, hey, I'm parting ways with TGIF. I just want to let you guys know that so that you guys are not surprised. Please continue to support Al Reynolds and my girl Claudia, etc. The situation is a personal situation. It ain't got nothing to do with my co-host, etc. And you guys can expect to see me over here on the Funky Dineva platform. So I'll see you guys at 12. Boom. Instead, Funky knew what he was doing. He wanted to load the gun up. He wanted to tell the Funky Bunch that he was a Taraji P. Henson, that he had been lowballed, and then tried to magically tie that thing up with a beautiful ribbon, and then it created an onslaught of digital violence toward Al Reynolds, his good friend, and Claudia Jordan, his ex-co-host member. And as a result of all of that bullshit, he put Al and Claudia Jordan in a position to either want to address those things or not. But there isn't a right or wrong at this point about a situation you done put another motherfucker in. If a motherfucker want to be Beyonce to the shit, they can. If they want to speak to some of this garbage and all of this vow that's being spewed at them, they can. If that's what they want to do. At the end of the day, that's a predicament you put all of them in. So Funky Dineva is giving real weirdo vibes because you want to be able to spray and shoot the goddamn club up, and you don't want there to be no victims. As a result, you don't get to have it both ways. You don't get to set the fucking house on fire and then play the victim when the people in that damn house have to defend themselves and do what they have to do to survive that fucking blaze. The past 3 nights have been Funky asking everybody to get up off of him about shit he's continued to inflame for now 2 whole weeks. The messaging is all over the place. It was about money. I love everybody. Support these girls. If you see any other narrative come up and out, guess what? It's all cap. So then we caught all cap when he introduced a whole nother narrative as a result of telling us not to entertain no other narrative. Because then all of a sudden it was about a fake and phony bitch at the crib. A fake and phony bitch amiss. But was he being fake and phony when he took a private conversation with Trasher K and made it a part of a TGIF episode where he told the entire world that Trasher told him personally where she hid Cardi B's money and that she's giving this woman the intentional runaround? Was he a fake ass, goofy, phony ass, backhanded, backstabbing ass bitch then too? We're just trying to make it make sense. Funky Dineva got this whole thing started. And tonight he said he don't want no smoke. He gonna let Claudia have this. Claudia never even said none of the shit that he's claiming that she did. She never said he's a broke ass hoe. And when he said that she had to speak to their pay wage, absolutely, girl, because you created a narrative that this is a struggle ass company and that we all surviving on nickels and goddamn dimes, and you got these folks trolling the fuck out of us. So because I'm still in the house and I'm okay with the house as it is, you damn right. I have the right to say, hey, I respect his decision, but baby, we good. Okay, don't let his truth and his tea be my tea. Okay, because now he done got a dialogue going on. That is true according to him, not me. Now remember early on in the week, you guys, because I want to highlight something to y'all. When I told y'all that I love that this is a platform where all worlds can merge and people can agree to disagree. And remember when I laid out the ground rules to y'all that I want y'all to be oppositional. If y'all want to be oppositional, I want y'all to have your own thoughts. But what having y'all own thoughts don't mean is trolling and deviating from the subject. So do you see this tired ass dick gobbler named Country Boy Opinions in the chat who just said fight for your seat? I hear you. That's not an argument. That's not an argument. So what you're about to do is fight against this block that my ushers are going to execute on my behalf. Okay? What you're going to do is fight in the air as you're being helicoptered to Block Island. Because fight for your seat is not an argument. You're making a subject that you get to have an opinion about me personally when I'm here giving an opinion, and you're allowed to have one as well, but not about me, bitch, about the subject in which we're here speaking of. See, it's funny that I'm here speaking about what Funky Dineva got everybody here talking about, but you obsessive motherfuckers keep making me the star of the commentary when I'm trying to make Funky the star himself. Y'all keep deviating and derailing and making this about me, and I'm here reporting on the news that he's providing. This ain't about my seat. This ain't about my spot. This ain't about a future opportunity. This ain't about none of that. Have an opinion about the news that Funky is providing, and you can either agree with the commentary going on in the stream or the commentary that I am providing, or not agree with it. But this is not about my seat. I know I'm the star. You don't have to keep reminding me of that by directing your thoughts about me to me. I know I'm the star. I can see that you're here, throat wide open, with my dick in your mouth. I can see that. I enjoy the slobber and the skull fucking of it all. But I'm actually giving you the opportunity to have an opinion about the actual news and the subject itself. And it would seem to me that I clearly must be winning in my perspective, since you don't have a better one to contend with. You don't have nothing to say. So all you can do is use that cracked out, coked out brain to then make it about me and a spot. This is how you fail in debating. Debate, girl. Raise hell about your perspective. Stick to the subject. All right? Now, back to this whole situation. Claudia Jordan never made those statements. I also find it odd that as long as Funky has been in media, as long as he's been a content creator, as long as he's done network television, as long as he's been a YouTuber, that he is forfeiting, acting like he don't know how this goes. You know damn well the Funky Bunch is over there lying to you. You know damn well these folk are just telling you what you need to hear in order to get a reaction out of you, just like Claudia is aware of all the shit that people are saying to her in her live stream, just to get a reaction out of her so that there could be mudslinging between the two. But now that this is your circumstance, why are you acting like that's not the case? You know why Funky Dineva is not willing to consider if he's just being trolled and people are just trying to tell him shit to get him to speak bad about Claudia? Because he wants an excuse to be able to speak bad about Claudia. I highlighted this when he used Flame confronting him about their problem and Trasher K inserting herself into their problem as a way to then have to drop Claudia's name, because what did he do yesterday? Oh, now I'm going to have to put her name on it. Now, as a result of what Flame and Tasha K is doing, I'm going to have to put her name on it. So Claudia Jordan is who what the fuck does Claudia got? Claudia ain't got shit to do with Flame being on your fucking neck, bitch. That ain't got nothing to do with Unhinged inserting herself as an opportunist to get content for her failing ass app. What in the hell does Claudia? Guys ain't got. Those people ain't even mentioned Claudia's name, and yet you deflecting from having to battle it out with Flame by focusing on Claudia, whose patience, professionalism, and long suffering that you're gonna take and trying to take advantage of, because you know Claudia don't want no smoke. And not because she's scared, but because literally she knows, just like Al knows, just like you know, that what y'all created originally is everything. So why would she even want to unnecessarily have strife with you as someone who wants to see you on the show, wants to see you a part of the brand, wants to continue to provide that magic to all those who have come to love and appreciate and value TGIF? He know damn well Claudia never said those things, and nobody can provide a single lick of evidence to support those things. But he only wanted to respond to those people who were being petty and attempting to be lying-ass bone carriers, because it was just another opportunity to be able to talk about somebody that for whatever reason I can't give myself permission to fully talk about. And I'm going to say it again, like I said the other day. The reason why Funky don't want to pull the trigger on Claudia is because he knows that that trigger works both ways, baby. So it's in his best interest to, yes, lay it low and find you somebody to spread it wide with. Because what we have also learned from Claudia Jordan's days on Housewives, when it comes to Phaedra, Nene, Portia, etc., that Claudia ass will get with your ass if that's really what you want. Claudia didn't want no smoke from the beginning because she wanted her team to be intact from the beginning. She was practically begging this man to reconsider, to be mindful of the post and delete and all the goofy gaslighting shit he was doing regarding the company. Why would she want to intentionally disrupt her own successful ensemble cast? Funky don't even believe that. But he got such a gripe, he got such an issue with something, and I don't even believe it's about Claudia. I believe he will say it's about Claudia. I, being a human being who have had to deal with a lot of low vibrational ass heathens and heifers and whores, know how people will use you to deflect from their self issue. And instead of them taking a good 4K look in the mirror at themselves, it's easier for them to send that smoke your way. It's called avoidance. So I don't give a damn how much he keeps saying her name. Claudia, 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 Claudia. At the end of the day, baby, even Claudia fucking Jordan couldn't even talk me out of my $250,000 a year motherfucking job, bitch, where I'm only doing 1 hour of work 5 days a motherfucking week. Because as I already said, baby, at $250K a fucking year for 1 hour, 5 days out of the week, bitch, you are also paying me for my pain. So whatever the hell comes with being a part of TGIF, girl, whatever the issues are between me and my coworkers, girl, $250 for a fucking hour with a bunch of people I don't have to see 23 other hours out of the day and don't even have to see physically ever in the course of the entire year, girl, you are paying me for my damn pain. Not only am I underwork, I'm over damn paid. And if you can't make that work, girl, there is something wrong with you. I'm just going to go ahead and say it, bitch. I'm going to go ahead and say it, girl. If you can't make $250,000 yearly fucking salary for doing 1 hour's worth of work 5 days a damn week with 2 other people you don't even have to know, speak to, vacation with, pussy pop with, or share a goddamn printer with, bitch, it don't get no more of a luxury job than that. Because a lot of us, as working class people, have suffered for a lot less. We have endured a lot more for a lot less. Because I do want y'all to be clear about the fact that we are talking about an incredibly privileged person. Most of y'all couldn't even imagine what it's like to amass $250 to do the work that he does for 1 hour. 5 days a week per week. We are talking, that person is speaking to an audience of people who have to take their ass to work 5 days a week, 8 hours out of the goddamn day, and still gotta borrow money from their mammy. And still have to have a goddamn roommate or 2 or 3. Who still have to be on public transportation. Who still got to physically have the means, the wherewithal, the finances, the mobility, girl, to show up on time to a physical location to be a slave for 7 to 8, 9, 10, 11 hours out of the goddamn day. Claudia says, and he knew Flame was coming, and we text each other on a group chat when he found out Flame was on. And I said, I will make it clear that we will tell her to not take digs at you. And he said, thanks, friend. Wow, 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 wow. So that clears it up right there, girl. That all this hooting and hollering, all this intentionally coming on, the weak flame is on, because flame is on, it's all cap. Everything that Funky Dineva been doing, creating these narratives, spinning the block, has all been to prove a point to the audience at large. He benefited from the drama he started, which is why he started the drama, because he knew there would be an influx of folk interested in him as a result of all of the fool la that started. And he maintained and sustained that drama in order to sustain his live stream numbers so that he could continue to prove a point birthed out of his ego that he was the muscle and the blood and the heart to TGIF, and that he could do better all by himself, and that it is Fox Soul who missed out. That's what all this drama has been about. This is why he won't strike the match, because there is no match to strike. His ego is what caused him to gamble on his $250,000 a year job. And when Fox Soul didn't come running behind his ass, his ego got inflamed. And as a result of having an overinflated goddamn ego about a matter that he put himself in publicly by doing a 12-minute video, he decided the only way to give them the middle finger in front of everybody was to then to outstream them, to outdo them at the same time on the same days of the week that TGIF premiere. And then the only way to sustain that number for the time being would be to throw gas on the fire. So here it is, the crucifixion of Claudia, but I ain't gonna really say shit, but I'm gonna allude to shit, but I ain't gonna go in on shit. Here it is, the post and delete regarding the microphones. Here it is, the using flame coming on, which Claudia Jordan just cleared up wasn't even a real thing. Which wasn't even a real thing. Funky Dineva is a master at social media, as he should be. As he should be. He been here long enough to know how to do this shit. How to use controversy. How to rev up drama. Him being here for 14 years, being in media for more than a decade, he's supposed to be a master at the art of social media and even making negative publicity work for one's own self. Diamond says, shaking my head, I'm so sorry you had to experience this, Claudia. Millionaire says, the fact that he decided to go live at 8 to impact the show, there is something more, and he probably really felt slighted that Claudia is doing the damn thing. I think there's a lot of energy around Claudia. I do. I can only imagine what it means for two men to have to honor and give credit to Claudia, a woman, for any opportunity. But Claudia is relevant outside of TGIF. Just like Funky is relevant outside of TGIF, she's in mainstream media. She's amassed this beautiful home, beautiful cars. She's relevant 20 years later, and she's responsible for why TGIF is even a thing. Al and Funky get to be the talent, but there would be no talent and no chemistry had that not been recognized by the woman herself. I'm not going to extract from things that Funky have yet to say. I'm going to deal with what he has made known. So as far as I'm concerned, he ain't really got a real issue with Claudia because he ain't stated an actual real issue with Claudia. He's saying her name, and that's where it begins, and that's where it ends for me. Tonight, he called himself pulling out of the bullshit. I'm happy that he's going to pull out of the bullshit because TGIF is going to be a thing as long as Claudia wants it to be a thing. If Al gets his big lip ass out here and inserts himself into all this shit when he's currently still in the house, it'll just go to show you how much of a self-sabotager both Funky and Al Reynolds' ass is. Because who turns on their co-worker while you're still working with said worker? How goofy and stupid and dumb could you be? Unless the start of his YouTube channel is going to be the end of his TGIF career, it ain't making no goddamn sense. Why you would then come behind Funky as he's putting the torch down and pick it up in his place, and you still have to show up. I have made it very clear what my thoughts and my opinions are. I don't have a problem having a conversation with Al Reynolds. I really ain't said shit about Al Reynolds to begin with. At least nothing that ain't been said. He done got his wig tugged on. As Claudia said, she ain't no biased ass person. She knows she's in media. She knows that she's subjected to be in the news. She ain't prissy. She ain't pussy. And she can respect my commentary because in that commentary, I have expressed so much love and reverence and inspiration because of TGIF. Have always, at the end of all commentary, sent them light and love and hope that the show would go on and on and on and on. Because I'm a commentator, but I'm also a consumer and a viewer as well. When I get off this motherfucker, I also need entertainment my damn self. Al Jones gets to have an opinion about my opinion. Those don't have to be things that create contention. It's just a fucking opinion. And we can talk about a opinion. We can talk about a perception. I would never not be in any room with any person because I have provided a opinion about them. I can stand in the fact that I have an opinion. I'm also okay with being corrected about a fucking opinion. Isn't that where me and Claudia Jordan intersected? I was providing commentary on Christian Keys. Claudia was standing behind Christian Keys and affirming his experience with a Black billionaire director. And I made a joke about her and him possibly having been a fling and having a thing, and Claudia got right in those goddamn comments and tugged on my goddamn wig and said, girl, this is a cute commentary, boo, but me and Christian Keys were never a thing. And what did my black ass do, bitch? Get right on here the very next day, ho, and corrected the narrative. It don't have to be a problem. But I understand that a lot of times it becomes a problem because people have frail egos. A lot of people do take this shit seriously. They take this shit deeply personally. So it always got to be goddamn apocalyptic as hell. Instead of us all being emotionally mature enough to say, hey, this is my goddamn opinion. We can have a conversation about my opinion. We can come to a middle, and then we can move the fuck along. A person having an opinion, a person having a perception of events doesn't necessarily mean that they're diabolical or that they are against the person or that they wish harm on the person, unless that's actually what they're stating. Unless that's actually their commentary. All I simply do, like in all cases, is provide a perception of situations that are playing out loud. I ain't said that nobody don't deserve their job. I ain't ever said that anybody deserved to be fired. I ain't never told nobody to boycott the damn show. I ain't never did none of that because it was never given none of that for me. I don't even know what the hell Al would even have a problem with, to be quite honest, because he really has not really made up my commentary. And matter of fact, I stood up for his down low ass when something had recently happened on TGIF and Al had made some type of comment and it had kind of gotten a conversation started. Matter of fact, I think it was a conversation around androgynous men, if I'm not mistaken. I think it actually had to do with Saucy Santana, and something had happened on the show about if a man is wearing woman attire or women adjacent things, if he's not trying to be a woman, then what exactly is he trying to be? Because I think Funky Dineva was arguing that just because a gay man is wearing nails or weave or makeup, etc., doesn't mean that he's being a woman. And obviously with him having a persona that also requires him to put on a wig and lipstick, you know, he would be able to speak to that directly because he can put on those things without that being his identity. So there was a back and forth between Al and Funky, and Al was asking some questions because he really wanted to understand. And after Funky had broke it down, that there's a difference between someone trying to be a woman and someone being feminine. Trans women are women who identify as women. Gay men like Saucy Santana or Funky Dineva or even myself, who would slap on an old nasty piece of weave or old nasty piece of rouge, who may wear an intersex apparel or even maybe wear a effeminate attire, etc., are just being feminine. We're just being androgynous. We're just being ladylike, but we're not identifying as a lady. We don't live as a lady. We don't go by she and her, even if we may not mind those pronouns. So then when the conversation got started on social media, I was on my platform saying, because some people in the community were saying, hey, I feel like Al is problematic. He's a little bit stupid, etc. And they felt the way about him lacking in education. And I was saying in my commentary that I actually think that it's awesome that he asks questions. It's great that he, actually position himself to be humble and to actually want to learn rather than doubling down on whatever his attitude was, that he put himself in a position to be enlightened, and that should happen a lot more, where instead of us speaking on subjects and topics that we don't know a lot about and asserting our opinion, we should be open to asking questions. What is this? What does this mean when this is done, etc.? Because it just makes for a better space for all folk. So I don't know what the fuck Al was. If people are talking about the commentary I did where we investigated his marriage to Star Jones, I'm okay with that. Him and Star Jones were a public couple. They were a celebrity fucking couple. Their relationship, their marriage, their ceremony, their divorce, it all played out publicly. That wouldn't be able to be commentary had they not been public figures in a public relationship. And we explored his relationship to Star Jones because we were trying to figure out, where does Al Reynolds get his love of money from? Because there was a show that he did on TGIF where him, Claudia, and Funky all had to answer the question of, would they rather have money or have love? And Al was very flippant and very immediate in his response that he wants motherfucking money. He feel like love comes a dime a dozen, but coming across and amassing wealth is something that he doesn't feel is as easily accessible. And he gonna need them to run that check out. So I was like, you know what? I'm curious to know, what upbringing, who is Al Reynolds? Where does this love of money come from? Did he have an impoverished upbringing? Was he eating balakna and drinking out of pickle jars and lived in a double wide trailer? Or, you know, did he have a privileged upbringing that entitles him, or that, you know, convicts him when it comes to money and being accustomed to a certain lifestyle? Or is that desire for money birthed out of poverty? You know, so we just went through trying to find some origin here. All right, what's going on, Tyrus? She was a friend of mine looking ass. It's gonna rain. All right. Let me see. Let me go through these comments, girl. So all in all, I'm happy that Funky's saying this is the end. We'll see. Because he been saying that it's over since he left. He been saying ain't no problem since he left. He been saying it's all love since he left. He been saying that. So is he gonna keep his word, girl? Is he gonna be able to stay out of them goddamn comments? Is he gonna be able to just move on, since according to him he done won the battle and he done won the war? Is he gonna be able to do that? John says that Al comes off very privileged, and he very well may be. You know, I'm thinking maybe he did have a very privileged, uppity, crispy ass upbringing, you know, and that may be why his love of money is, you know, as deep as it is. Yeah, now. Let me read some of these other comments. Okay, Claudia's responding to someone named Kelly Price. Kelly Price said, didn't Claudia fire Al once before for having a difference of opinions? Claudia clearing that up. Absolutely the fuck not. That has never, ever happened. Nope. Shirley says that I'm sure Al may be feeling away finding out that Funky made $250K annually. I would bet that Al's salary wasn't that high, which makes sense. Yep, and it shouldn't be that high. Because Al Reynolds, out of both Claudia and Funky, was the least relevant person to the cast. Funky was already coming in with social equity. He was already coming in as a successful YouTuber with an audience, a pretty huge audience, etc. And Claudia was also coming in off of being a showrunner, also hosting cocktails with the queens, also being a corresponder for Fox Soul, etc. So rightfully so. You know, the people who bringing the most to the table should have, you know, it definitely had a larger salary. Al was the most culture irrelevant person on the cast. I would not expect him to be making the same. And I would also be okay and call it fair if he wasn't making the same, at least initially coming in. But Claudia just also cleared that up, that they got paid the same. They got paid the same. Kelly Price said Claudia got mad because Al apologized to Nene and she fired him. No, so Al is making the same salary. And that's very generous on behalf of Fox Soul, girl. That's very generous, girl, because, baby, the same for what? But 4 years in now, it would make sense if he is. He done been there, and people love Al. As Claudia said, no one person truly made TGIF what it is. Because when Claudia was gone for a week of them two, bitch, y'all were damn near trolling TGIF then. Where's Claudia? Where's Claudia? Where's Claudia, girl? When Claudia was in Aruba, girl, when she was being the goddamn Virgin Mary over there in damn Egypt and shit, girl. Walking through the great pyramids and tombs of the pharaohs. Y'all were goddamn, we were hollering for her return. Flooding her goddamn comment sections on social media. Every time she made a post on vacation, when you getting your ass back to work? When you getting your ass back to work? When you getting your ass back to work? Even Al, when Al was missing. The same thing. Where's Al? Where? Because it was the group. The group. It had a working formula. Once again, Al, the stoic vegetable. Claudia Jordan, the delightful fruit. And Funky Dineva, the fried chicken. You had all of the fruit groups. That's what made it and balanced it out. That's where the chemistry was. Al, the cabbage. Claudia, the orange. Funky, the pig's meat. The pig's foot. The oysters. The barbecue. This made for a well-balanced ensemble. So when you remove one of those things, you can always feel that there was something missing. If you took the vegetable, if you took the carrot off, you was gonna notice it not being there. If you took the pig feet away, you gonna notice it ain't pig feet on the plate. If you took the grapes away, it was gonna be notable because they all represented energetically three necessary components for the magic that became TGIF. And the fans needed them all to be there when any one of them were missing. Facts. As we can see from Carolina SUV, as we can see from Flame in the Row, also, it proved that the show must go on. Funky Dineva ain't the only fried chicken. He is Funky Dineva. He has his own individual chemistry and magic with the cast, but he's not irreplaceable. A lot of people are fried chicken in principle. A lot of people are pig's feet in principle. Claudia also said, it was a fantastic chemistry. Loved it. Very hard to create that. We had something special. Yep, the same specialness behind the Queen's Court. The same specialness behind Destiny's Child. But as we saw, Destiny's Child went on without Latavia or Latavia for 3 more seasons. Just fine until Destiny was indeed fulfilled. The show must go on. It shall and it will. It's life. Just like Funky will be fine, so will Claudia motherfucking Jordan be fine. And the fans are still holding it down. Everybody's talking about the ratings have dropped. Let's be really honest. Fox Soul TGIF ratings only spiked the past 2 months. It's always averaged out generally that they had about 3 to 4K folk in the chat. Whatever happened the last 2 months, maybe it was because of how saucy the show was becoming. Maybe because there were some things that were headlining, that they trended over, that kind of revved up interest in the show, etc. So the last 2 months being 7K, 8K, 9K in the chat, that is recent phenomenon. Even though Funky Dineva been there for 4 years. Funky Dineva had 14, 19 folk in his chat that he wasn't even able to bring over to TGIF. So as far as I'm concerned, TGIF has not taken an L. They have continued to average out to where they've been averaging out in live streaming. And as Claudia continues to get the formula right, as she continues to be creative with the show, as she continues to move the show around, soulmates will get an opportunity to vibe with all type of people with all types of energy, all types of flavors, all types of aesthetic, etc. And there were some things that Claudia had mentioned to me that I also think are a fantabulous idea. I'm not going to lay those ideas out here, but things can get very interesting over there as it relates to TGIF in terms of what can be done now creatively as a result of Funky Dineva quitting. As Claudia said in the interview, it just created an opportunity to get creative with TGIF. Okay? This thing going on between Al, since you in the chat, Claudia, you know, people have been asking about you unfollowing Al. If I don't know if you've already spoken to that already in the chat since I've been here for an hour and a half, but do you want to speak to that? Matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and drop the link for Claudia only, just in case she want to come up. She may be somewhere getting her goddamn titties rubbed down by her man. So she may be only be able to be chat bound, but I'm going to drop the link for Claudia in case she want to come up. Claudia, the link for you. Thank you for asking. I want to know, CTV. Let me post this link for Miss Jordan, baby. Danelle Taylor says Claudia probably in bed with her hair wrapped. Not if she got a man, girl, because see, Claudia, when she got her boo over, girl, she like to lay down all beautifully, girl, like a white woman, you know, and just let her hair lay all over the pillow, girl, and go to bed all natural yet glam the hell up and shit. Okay? So it's very well, girl, that hair may be out of the bonnet, bitch. Lots of love. Well, I really am worried that if I jump in and speak, well, you already been speaking, Claudia, so, you know, these folk can take comments in the comment section. I mean, they taking whole lives at this point. But you already know what I feel like coming on helps you to put the intent behind whatever you're going to say with it, you know, versus just blanketed statements in a comment section that can also be weaponized. But you being able to talk also puts the emotion, it puts whether, you know, it's love and light on that thing, whether it is shade on that thing, you know. There's a lot of times why I don't like texting when it comes to conflict. I'd rather be on the phone or be in person, etc. I can hear the other party because so much miscommunication can happen with just words on a screen. But I think you will be good, girl. I can't get on Safari. I have to be on Chrome. Oh, yeah, because StreamYard is Chrome related. You know what? If you want to, call me on Instagram if you can, and I can put you on speakerphone if you want to. That's way less maintenance. If you can call me, because Instagram got an audio feature you can call me on there and I can put you on speakerphone. And then that can be that. Because the folk is hungry, honey. They want to know why did Claudia unfollow? Why did she unfollow? Miss Al Jones, child. Yep. So you already done let the cat out of the bag, like, so it's just like you might say, it's just like Funky gave his last little verbal. You might as well give your last little verbal. But this, I guess, is really about Al and not really so much about Funky, Dineva per se. The folk are just inquiring about Miss Al, honey, and what was going on. If you just block everybody for the hell of your sanity, ain't nothing personal. Because the folk are ready to develop them narratives. They ready to create them narratives. Funky needs to get off on his feelings and stop being so mad at everybody when it's his decisions to walk away. People will make something out of nothing. Best not speak on such your needs. What happened with Al? Says John. What did Al do? Says Kelly. Candace said, Claudia, let me hold 300 real quick. Let me hold 300 real quick. Real quick, honey. Okay, that part. Let me see. Tyru says, man, it's 1:25 a.m. Get messy and blame it on the juicy juice. How about we wait till things calm down a little? I really don't want to escalate, okay? But don't be surprised if just being here tonight. Because you know how these folk is. They gonna take tonight. And already do it. So that's why I'm just like, you might as well just go ahead and just speak it, because with you already unfollowing Al, it already got people feeling like, okay, clearly something going on. Okay, she done unfollow Al Jones, child. But once again, girl, if, like I said, if how Al be cutting up on screen, the way he be treating them new guests and stuff, girl, if that's indicative, woo, I know what my reasons would be to not follow his ass. I tell you that. I'm going to be creating a lot more shows, period, in 2024. That part. It's going to be a good year. It's going to be a prosperous year. But I feel the things I said were not messy. But just know I stand on bit. And no, Claudia been a class act this entire time. Now, she has had many reasons to go low. Because the motherfucker been going low. People been calling her outside her name. She been every bitch. She been every fake. She been every phony. And to continue to maintain a professional air, I really applaud you, Claudia, for keeping your word. Because as you said in our interview, you and him had a discussion. You and Funky, that is. You and Fried Chicken. You and Oysters had a conversation, and you and him agreed for this thing not to be messy, and you have held your end of the bargain. And kudos to you, because so many people could not have endured all of this without finally going goddamn boom. Okay, I have seen people go kaboom immediately. Okay, so for you to be dealing with whatever, because we only can see the parts that we see publicly. So, that ain't even no telling how much more you're dealing with privately, behind the scenes. And this is only one part of your life at that. So, I just really salute you, because it's really inspiring me to have more class and decorum, which I feel like, do y'all feel I do good with trying to let drama be? Okay. But y'all, because I feel like I be long suffering. I'm not gonna lie. Once I finally do get up with a bitch, I do get up with a bitch. But I always lay the receipts down when I do. I leave no stone unturned, and then I move on swiftly and professionally. But I want to get all the way to where Claudia at with it, where it's above me now. It's just totally above me. Okay, and I feel like I'm one class away from that. Like, I feel like I'm in my junior year, you know, just one more year, girl, and then I can walk the stage because I feel like I'm practically there. Claudia said, it's been hard and I'm very sad and heartbroken. See, these are all things Claudia could be speaking. Imagine a voice to these beautiful sentiments. You know? Claudia says, it's been hard and I'm very sad and heartbroken about it. And I want, in all caps, it to be calmed down. Seriously. I was sad today looking at some throwbacks of better days. We had a good thing. I've been feeling down. Y'all send Claudia light and love. You know, when she created this, it was in the image of having a good time, everybody making money, them doing something really cool, and creating great content for an audience. So, you know, like I asked Claudia in the interview, you know, just to have come from vacation and seen everything happening and then you not being afforded a phone call, I can only imagine, you know, the shock of this and just the emotions around just seeing something that you created and been a part of for so long. This is an extended family at this point. So, you know, it's almost like enduring. I feel like it could have been a beautiful breakup if Funky would have kept love on it and would have directed the smoke to whoever signs his check, since that's who he claimed his issue was with. But because of the events, it became a very ugly divorce. And that always makes and adds insult to injury when you already sad about having to break up and you really don't want to break up. You don't even really fully understand the breakup. And then there's all of this fighting and drama and slander and all this lightning. It just adds insult to injury. So please, y'all, send Claudia some light and love, man. You know, all she did was help niggas to get a $250,000 bag for 1 hour's worth of work, 5 days a fucking week. I'm sorry, bitch. That's deserving of fucking respect, bitch. Now, I know Claudia ain't perfect. I'm sure her friends can have issues with her. None of us are perfect, but bitch, a motherfucker put you on, bitch, to a $250,000 motherfucking a year job to do something you already do? Girl. I agree, Jay Lee. Wow. This girl, and y'all know me, because y'all know last year I was on my girl, fuck people. I was in my fuck people energy because I'm just like, you can't even help motherfuckers these days. You can't even be a good friend, a good lover. You can't even be solid to a motherfucker now without it ending in regret. Like, you know, I done been burnt so many times my damn self, even on YouTube alone. You know, and have had egg, you know, thrown back in my face after being a yes person, being a team player, being a part of other people's shit, just being accommodating, helping other people to win, giving them the game, only to have hoes acting raggedy as hell. You know, it really is fucked up and sad when your intentions and your works get drowned out because people in their fees for one reason or another, and things can't even end amicably and lovingly how they should be able to be. Because guess what? I have ins and outs with people that I love all the time. That's why it was interesting to me to hear Funky Dineva threatening to pull the trigger on Claudia, because I'm just like, I mean, I don't think it's going to be shocking that y'all had problems. All relationships are imperfect. All relationships have their fair share of problems. Nobody's relationship to anybody is without upset. Me and Larry, as you guys know, we are as tight as thieves. Very close relationship, 6 years. And we have had knockout drag-outs. I'm talking about we had a knockout drag-out just a few months ago. I'm talking about knockout drag-out, bitch. But we're friends. We love each other. That don't become YouTube news. That don't become YouTube content. And it also doesn't become something that's a deal breaker. When you love people, you work through the issues. Even if you got to give shit time to calm down, even if you got to bring in intercessors, even if you got to put your ego aside, even if etc. If two people really love each other, there's going to be incredible highs and there's going to be incredible fucking lows. And those lows don't have to define the love. They actually can affirm the love. They can affirm how much love there is. And I know a lot of people don't have the emotional wherewithal. They don't have the emotional intelligence in order to work through major diversity in a connection of any kind, whether it's platonic, romantic, biological, etc. And this is ultimately what gets the best of most humans when it comes to conflict resolution. It's not that people are terrible people. It's not that people are bad people. A lot of times the issue is that people don't have the emotional tools to actually navigate the problems that show up in their connections, in their covens, in their relationships to each other. And that's what I find to be the most heartbreaking when there's a divorce or friendships fall apart or business ships fall apart. It's because a lot of that shit that drove a wedge, a lot of that shit that created adversity and strife and division were things that people could have actually fucking worked through and became better because of, had they only had the fucking tools to turn a problem into a solution. You know, I'm very, very serious when it comes to relationships. I take all relationships in my life seriously. All relationships. I'm really big on communicating. I'm really big on hearing the other party. I'm really big on also making space for my feelings to get hurt. I know all those things come with being vulnerable, being present, and being in a relationship, loving relationship to other people. But when we lack the tools, the times we end up hurt become the things that we use to define the relationship. And then it becomes about the pain and the thing you're upset about rather than the love. And then the pain creates the narrative. The frustration creates the narrative. The irritation becomes where you make your decisions out of. That's why I work every day to work on strengthening my self-awareness, strengthening my emotional discipline, so that the things that are going to show up in my life with the people that I love and fuck with are things that we can navigate through. And so that things don't have to end up looking like this. Y'all are going to never see me get up here and burn my mentor's book to a crisp and mock him and gag him, etc. There's too much respect. There's too much fucking history. And if things have to become undone for one reason or another, I feel like the love should also determine the way we exit. The love should not bound us to anybody. The love shouldn't make us unnecessarily committed to any one person. Because sometimes people who love each other also have to go their separate ways. But it does not always have to be apocalyptic when that happens. It don't have to be. A lot of times we know that it is and becomes that. So Claudia, like I told you, I hope you keep your head up, child. It's hard when somebody spraying you, they calling your name, they're trying to be antagonistic and provocative, etc. And it's somebody that you grew to love, somebody that you helped to get to where they are, somebody whose life you added to, because Funky has you to make responsible for why he entered into a $250,000 a year bag that he doesn't even currently have, because he talked about what he could hypothetically do for himself. You did for him what he actually could only hypothetically imagine doing for himself. Y'all also stuck it out with Funky Dineva when he made things really fucked up and really bad for TGIF, when he had people out here boycotting the show over the Chloe Bailey stuff, over the other dramas that have come up. Once again, I know Claudia ain't perfect. I know relationships and friendships are not perfect. So I'm not taking nothing away from Funky Dineva that he got his issues with Claudia, because all relationships are going to have issues. But I personally could not imagine someone doing for me what Claudia did for Funky Dineva, and even in the manifestation of there being issues, handling her the way that he handled her. I don't even handle people that's done less for me that way. People have done less than what Claudia did for Funky, who I will always and forever honor. It's not good that Funky has a pattern of burning the house down, that he has a pattern of sabotaging not only his professional relationships, but his interpersonal ones as well. That is something that he personally needs to evaluate. It's not good to be a 40-plus femme top in Miami who still cannot maintain healthy professional and interpersonal relationships. Right. Taco says Funky did what Funky always do. And that's the sad part, you know. And if any of us as fans want better for him, this is not an opportunity for us to kiss his ass. It's an opportunity for us to really give him some constructive, loving criticism and to call him out on his fuck shit. I'm glad that Claudia sees a safe space within CTV. And speaking of that, Donnell, shout out to and see, look, this is how real shit is over here. Shout out to Flame Monroe, who joined the panel last night. I mean, hit the link and all, was up here carrying with the girls. Hit the link and everything. And Reckless, I think, had called me last night and had said, you know, bitch, shout out to Yale. You know, for creating a safe space, you know, for everybody to be able to be in. Everybody knows that me and Flame also have history. That we've both dragged the shit out of each other because I've disagreed with Flame's politics, etc. You know, when things would happen in media and, you know, she would go to give her commentary, I often disagreed, and we done been over here, girl, and done gassed and dragged Flame accordingly. But we made some strides as well. And last year, because Flame is a member of the community and she's an icon in the community as far as I'm concerned, I really just wanted to give the other side of my brain the opportunity to observe Flame because she's too important. And she's also necessary. And I made a executive decision to want to understand more about what informs her politics, what informs her as an individual. And as a result of me just kind of doing a deep dive and just listening to various content and interviews, I started to see her in a different light. I still don't agree with some things, but not agreeing is no longer a contention. It's no longer a excuse to be at odds, because I understand that Flame, even when I don't agree with her, she's not being malicious. She's not trying to create harm. She's not being wicked. It's not something that's meant to just be painful to the community. And I think the older that we get, our maturity should be reflected in our ability to lovingly agree to disagree with people, and that disagreeing with someone doesn't necessarily have to be, let's take each other's life. I'm tired of being at odds unnecessarily. I don't want that. I want to be able to talk. I want to be able to sit down and understand another person. I want to be able to listen to them and have them also hear me. I want us to work through. I want us to come to common ground. That's the energy that I'm in. And you find people like Claudia and Flame who are able to also be mature enough to understand we public figures. Of course, people are going to have opinions. That don't mean that a bitch is hating. That don't mean that a bitch etc. And if a person is willing to talk to me, I'm always be willing to talk to them. I'm always be willing. I don't care how harsh my commentary may ever come across. My commentary may come off as judgmental. It may come off as whatever. It may come by way of reading someone. It may come by way of roasting, etc. But beyond me being an entertainer and a commentator, I'm also a human being. And I'm very clear about that. There are a lot of people trying to be the persona. I'm not trying to be the persona. I'm very clear where CTV begins, ends, and where Davion begins. And I'm very clear about also being Davion. So that's why, to everybody's point earlier, this might not be a good look, in case, you gotta, whenever you go to do the show and Al Reynolds, he may have an issue. Well, let him have an issue. I don't mean any harm by my commentary. It's just commentary. Just like with Funky Dineva. It's just commentary. I'm giving my perspective, my opinion. I'm breaking it down, and I'm letting y'all know why I've come to the conclusions that I've come to about the things that are being put out there. It's not an indictment against Funky Dineva. I don't have a heaven or a hell to put him in. I'm still a fan of Funky Dineva. I think he's the GOAT of YouTube. He's one of the GOATs of YouTube. I am proud of the things he's been able to do, especially getting his start in digital media. They're inspirational. They're aspirational. And when he's funky, I can also tell him that he's stank. And y'all can make that one thing. And he himself can make that one thing. But long as I'm clear, and I know for me, and only I can know if I'm a hating ass bitch or I'm just being an honest, accountable ass bitch, then I don't need y'all to be convinced of that. And I'm not going to go out of my way to explain that I'm not a hater every time that I go to have a difference of opinion about somebody that I like. I'm not kissing no ass to get nowhere. I'm going to be fully myself unapologetically. I'm a whole entire human being. I have the gift of being a social media critic, being a pop culture critic. I also am a whole person, so I can chew gum and tie my shoes at the same time. If Funky Dineva, like I told y'all the other day, if he was to hit me up and say, hey, bitch, I see you over there carrying on, giving commentary about me, girl. I don't feel like some of the things that you're saying are completely accurate. And I would like to come in, give my perspective and give my truth in the same space that Claudia sat down in. He's more than welcome to message me and to say that. I would afford him the opportunity to sit here and to respond to my commentary, to respond to my criticisms, to respond to my observations. Bitch, I'm not like committed to hating or disliking anybody, but I'm going to see it how I see it. And I'm only commentating on him because, once again, he's the only one out of the goddamn window. And his behavior has been incongruent. His behavior has been discombobulated. His narrative has changed from it being about who signs his checks and what checks they were writing to all of a sudden Claudia Jordan and ish slinging shots, doing subliminals while still trying to claim it's all love. All that stuff played out in front of us. Am I supposed to act like that didn't happen? Am I supposed to act like his behavior was consistent? Am I supposed to act like he was standing on business when clearly he's not? No. I'm not going to act like he is when he ain't. And like I said the other day, if my own fucking mentor tells y'all that CTV drags me, how much more is anybody else capable of getting an honest critique? If my own mentor is not off the hook, how many more people are not off the hook? And once again, it's just commentary. I'm okay with a person giving commentary about me. I would find it even more gracious if they had a opposing opinion, but also if I wanted to speak to them and use their platform to inform them better about whatever it is they're criticizing, I would find that to even be even more gracious. That's a full circle moment for me. I don't decide that folk are hating on me simply because they have an opinion. The people who hate on me are very clear about the fact that it is hate. Because they literally create lies, they literally slander, they literally lead from a malicious place. They know they're being intentionally misleading. They're being salacious. There is no redeeming value in their commentary. There is nothing to extract from it. There is no value in it. It's just all meant to be hurtful and humiliating and browbeating. But there are other people who have an opinion about me. And it don't have to be a flattering one. And that's also okay. Because I'm going to mind my damn business and do me. But anybody can hit me up to clear up anything. And maybe as content creators, we should be more vocal about that, about making sure that these are our opinions. We don't know a lot of the people that we are commentating on personally, but we also get to have an opinion, especially if they're public figures. And if all that we have to work with is what is happening publicly, then it's up to the public figure to also take that into consideration. Like, well, you know what? These folk can only come to a opinion based upon the shit that's happening publicly, the shit that I'm saying, the shit that I'm doing. I can't be mad solely because a person has come to an unflattering opinion and interpretation based upon matters that they are observing external to themselves. Yeah, people are going to get it wrong in their commentary. Sometimes they're going to get it right in their commentary. Sometimes their commentary is going to be a mixture of both. I don't dislike Funky, but I can tell him that he's funky whenever he's funky. Okay? So shout out to Claudia for coming through and clearing it up. He said he done. Funky said he finished. He tied, girl. He don't win the war. He don't win the battle. Okay, cool. I hope that he can stand the rain and he can stand on his word and that he can stick to his word because, you know, he's been the only person fighting. It would also be good to see him just go forth in his greatness. This thing with Al Reynolds, we'll see. We'll see what Al plan to do. But I do know one thing, he's a goddamn dummy. If he joined in on all the bullshit while knowing he's still in the damn house. Okay. And Kelly Price says that you may not hate Funky, but I think he ain't feeling you. And I'm okay with that because I'm not putting in a friendship request. I don't know Funky. If he was somebody that I wanted to know and I wanted to develop a personal relationship with, then that's what would be happening. Because just like it's happening with all the other celebrities and social media influencers that I actually have a personal relationship with, I don't recall ever deciding that I needed to know Funky Dineva beyond him being a commentator that I can tune into sometimes. So I'm also perfectly okay with him not liking me. I'm okay with him not feeling me. I'm okay with all of those things because he is not in a position to reject a phone call from me because I'm not on the other side of the line. I have not come to a conclusion or come to a desire that I need to know him beyond him being on YouTube with the rest of us. I've never sent him an email. I've never sent him a DM. I'm not even following him on Instagram. I'm subscribed to him like the rest of y'all is, and I leave it there. So I'm also okay with that. I'm okay with him believing that I don't like him because that's his takeaway from a commentary, because it's fair for him to make whatever assumptions he wants to make based upon the way that I am commentating. There's no see, I'm gonna keep it 100 across the board. I'm okay with all of that. I'm not over here crying about none of that. I'm not whining about anything. I'm okay with whatever becomes of whatever. Hey, Faith Facts. Hey, boo. Sexy says everybody isn't for everyone. Funky can hold a grudge and probably will, and it's okay. You know? Sitting back, I realized that Funky has a bruised ego and he is embarrassed. Mary says if someone criticizes what someone else say, then for that person to say that we're making him lose a job instead of taking accountability for saying the awful or offensive thing they said is narcissistic as fuck. Because at the end of the day, we like Q, but we can't stand the mess. I will always say, yes, God, Nessa, and my hair is laid like. Those are iconic. And our LGBTQIA plus community doesn't even know it. Oh, we know it, baby. We some iconic, legendary motherfuckers, Shauna. Oh, we know it, baby. Okay? He's been watching anti-funky commentary. I don't know who Kelly is this the big ass Kelly Price? Are you the Kelly of the Price? Kelly. Funky need to hold this L and go focus on that empire he's building. Piper says Funky always said everyone under 30 should be thrown away. Now that is his audience. Baby. It is a mess. What a mess. Quentin is doing just fine. Well, it's up for him to convince himself of that because he said he was just fine and then spend the past 2 weeks going absolutely ballistic, honey. So hopefully y'all can go and remind him what fine looks like. Hopefully y'all can send him some encouraging emails and DMs and comments and, you know, let him know and paint and spell out to him what fine looks like. Because fine don't look like bitch going ballistic for 2 weeks. It don't look like sending shots and doing posts and goddamn deletes and continuing to drop names but not go in but stir the goddamn pot. It don't look like sabotaging your previous job or going on at the same time they go on. But that ain't what fine look like, baby. Fine don't look like pulling out the synthetic wigs and the goddamn lipstick again and going back to the persona that you said you was retiring, girl. It don't look like it. That ain't what I know what fine looks like. So, you know, hopefully he has come to a place where he's actually fine. Because if that's the case, that will be reflected in his behavior. And the day that it is reflected in his behavior is when you won't see no more commentary over here about it, because he's actually fine. No, I ain't dropping the link tonight because I'm tired and I got food and I want to just relax, child. But, you know, we'll keep the flame burning tomorrow. We got some shit to get into today. So we'll come full circle, child, on tomorrow. But tonight, I wasn't even supposed to be here this damn long. Oh, not just fine. Did you mean doing lines? You know what? On that note, I'm going to get the fuck up out of here. Take y'all asses to bed. Girl, y'all messy, bitch. All right. We send the light and love, and hopefully Focus is at peace. And he got a good thing going over on his YouTube channel. You know, we're all happy to see him doing content again, etc. And hopefully at some point in the near future, him and Claudia can have an amicable, civil conversation and exchange, because, you know, they made history. And this trio lasted for too long for it to be going down the way that it is. So I hope that there can be a loving resolve at some point. Maybe the block is too hot right now. Maybe the heat in the kitchen is too, you know, it's too turnt right now for that to happen. But I hope in time that can happen. You know, I'm so tired of seeing legendary things just fall apart so terribly at the end. Yeah, we're just gonna send some light and love, y'all. But I'm out of here. Please thumbs up the video. If you're new here, subscribe. We do it all. I will see y'all later today, honey. I got some tea to get into, girl. So once again, you know, y'all will see the watch page if the situation pops off. Remember earlier on, I told you guys that it's something else that's happening. Y'all just better hold on to your seatbelts, baby, because if that person is ready to go, I'll be seeing y'all loud, live, and in color, girl. And yeah. So bye. Oh, if you enjoyed yourself, show a nigga some love on that old nasty piece of Cash App, which is $Consciouztv, spelled just like the platform, or hit that PayPal, okay? PayPal.me, Consciouztv, and show baby daddy some love, because we're working, honey. Y'all see me working out here, girl. Y'all see it every night and day. Big wheels keep on turning, baby. All right. Bye.